Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast, brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening on a Friday. Hey, baby, how's it going?
Super duper. How are you?
Doing good. You're looking good over there.
Why?
It must be Friday.
Why? Because I look good on Friday?
Oh, he always looks so darn happy on Fridays. Hey, I would be happy if I were one of these folks here. A Georgia couple wins big. Chuck Hill, he's a gentleman who lives in Georgia. He won $5,000 in the state lottery. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
$5,000, but that wouldn't make national news, would it?
No.
Unless, of course, his wife outdoes him a week later and wins $1 million.
Whoa!
Yeah. His wife, Karen Hill, has a scratch-off ticket that she scratched off a whopping $1 million 1 week after her hubby won $5,000.
Wow.
So talk about, I think if I were those two, I'd buy a couple more lottery tickets because they've done something right there, apparently. So that's very cool. What a blessing. $5,000 I'd be thrilled with.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
$1 million, $5,000? Yeah, that'd work too. Got a fun story coming from the DMV in Britain on the way next.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get razors for $1 a month plus a few bucks shipping, so you can enjoy fresh razors every month for as little as $3. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.
I wonder if they call it the DMV in Britain. Here it's the Department of Motor Vehicles, right? The DMV?
Yeah.
Do you think they call it that there? Or is it something different?
I don't know.
They drive on the other side of the road. I wonder if they have a different word for this thing, too. It's like they have a different word for everything. Wait, no. English? They have the same words for a lot of things.
Same words.
Well, a driving test center in Britain closed because candidates spent too much time during their exams stuck in traffic jams. Examiners were frustrated at not being able to get the candidates to test properly. They would spend 30 minutes stuck in traffic, and the test was only supposed to take 40 minutes. So they'd spend most of the test sitting in traffic. I think that in itself is a test.
No.
You can make it through this traffic without losing your cool. You deserve a driver's license.
So they closed it altogether? How are people supposed to get their licenses?
They're moving it somewhere else.
Oh.
Moving it to a place that's probably not as congested.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Coming up, we're going to talk about gossiping. We'll gossip about that on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVWheelator.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVWheelator.com.
I have never been to Colombia. Have you ever been to Colombia?
I have not.
Nor have I, and I don't necessarily have that on my list of places I want to go. But if you do go to Colombia, take it easy on the gossiping. The town of Iconazo has made it illegal to gossip. Yeah, no kidding. It's illegal. Under the law, malicious gossiping can now be punished with a fine of $75,000 or 4 years in prison. City spokesperson there said people should be aware that using their tongues to speak evil is the same as having dynamite in your mouth. Well, maybe not the same. That would hurt a lot. It is bad. You shouldn't gossip. The town's mayor, Jesus Ignacio Jimenez, defended the new law, saying, "What worries me is the amount of people going to prison or being killed because of gossip." So there are people who, right now, before this law existed, would be going to prison or being killed because somebody was gossiping and somebody else got mad and they're like, "Are you kidding me? I'm going to take care of that myself." So they're saying now we're going to make it illegal to gossip.
Huh.
You might want to just fix whatever they were doing.
Who decides what is malicious
I don't
gossip?
know.
I mean, how do you define that?
I don't know, but here's my thing. You might want to fix whatever the problem is they're gossiping about. Fix that. If there are people killing somebody over it or going to prison over it, there must be other problems too. It's not just the gossiping.
I think I'll stay right here at home.
Yeah, so that's happening right now in Iconazo, Colombia. I just like saying the name, Iconazo. I'm probably not even saying it close to right.
Probably not.
I just fake my way through most of these towns. I get to a town that I don't know. I just kind of say it fast and act like nobody else will notice. Is it noticeable? Apparently it is. All right. Anyway, that's happening right now in Colombia. And you know it's got to be true because you heard it on the radio. Coming up later in the program, we've got a fun segment called This Is Your Brain on Drugs. That's on the way. Then we have your moment of duh. And then we have a fun thing called the Scoop of the Day. All of that is on the way on this Friday edition of the John and Heidi Show.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again?
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. Stealing and right in front of the police. That's pretty gutsy. Either that or your brain is on drugs, one or the other. Authorities said a man walking through a security checkpoint in Pinellas Courthouse tried to steal an expensive watch just feet from deputies. Sheriff's office reported that a man who emptied his pockets to walk through the metal detector on Monday complained that his $1,000 watch was gone. Deputies played back a video, and they found a 53-year-old man as the person who took the watch.
Aww.
Where was he? Well, he was in a courtroom attending a pretrial hearing on charges of selling cocaine. Deputies searched him, and bada bing, bada boom, there was the watch. He's now being arrested for grand theft. Jeez. He was later released on $5,000 bail. He's like, how much is it? $5,000? Well, this watch is worth $1,000 right here. If I can scratch up another $4,000, I'm free as a bird. All right. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. It's a Friday. And that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
Have you ever heard of open box items? You know what that is? It's an item like electronic goods that have either been
like somebody has
returned.
purchased them and returned them.
Yeah. Well, the guy by the name of Christopher Leach Connor, he was upset about his monitor that he got from a Maryland Best Buy. Came without a power cord, with no software, no manual, no warranty. He tossed a ream of copier paper into the box that the monitor came in, threw in some other papers for good measure. Then he went back to Best Buy saying that there was no monitor in the box. He threw such a fit, they gave him a new monitor for free. But then the store's manager spotted something among the papers in the box returned. His resume. Police went to his home, and they found the monitor and charged him with misdemeanor theft. So he was saying that it was like this when I got it. Hey, there's no monitor in here, but his stuff was in the box. They're like, wait, this is yours. How did your stuff get in this box if it was in here when you bought it? So, yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea there, Christopher. First of all, not a good idea to steal it, but definitely not a good idea to fill it with stuff with your name on it. This is why we call this your moment of duh. Your scoop of the day is on the way.
The scoop of the day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
And this is your scoop of the day. Police say a Colorado man was curious to see what being shot would feel like. So the 30-year-old man, Adam Hurdle, shot himself in the foot while he was in his garage using his .22 handgun. Yeah, that's what
on
it feels
purpose?
like. Yeah, he's like, I wonder what that would feel like. Kaboom.
Wow.
Didn't feel good, did it? 15-year-old who was interning at Keele University in England made a pretty big space discovery. Tom Wagg noticed a tiny dip in the light of a star as a planet passed in front of it. That planet had not been on anyone's radar until Tom, a 15-year-old, saw it. Tom spotted the new planet 2 years ago, but the university just recently verified his findings. That means he gets to name it, right?
I would hope so.
I think that's how it works, so I wonder what he's going to call it. Tom's Planet.
Tom.
All right, Chris Helmsworth. Who's that? He's a Chris
Actor?
Hemsworth? He's an actor, but he just joined the cast of Ghostbusters. I don't know. I have to maybe Google and see who he is. Oreos are kicking out a new cookie starting Monday.
I was just talking about this with somebody. I heard about it.
It is a thin Oreo. It hits the markets Monday. 140 calories instead of 160. You know what this is?
140 instead of 160. What's the point, really?
Here's the point. These guys are marketing geniuses. They're using less product, making smaller cookies, and probably charging us more for them. So they're like, yeah, we're doing this not because we're trying to cut our costs. We're trying to help you. That's what it is.
I mean, 20 calories. You're going to eat 500 of them anyway.
I would anyway. All right, a recent study from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics has found that the average American spends about 19 minutes a day reading. Those 34 and under are reading even less than 10 minutes a day. Hey,
I love to read.
I do too, depending on what it is. A More Access poll of mall shoppers nationwide listed the most annoying words from salespeople. One is, computer's down. Next is, you'll have to wait your turn. Another one is, I'm new here. How about, ask the person over there? Or, I'm on break, and sorry, that's our policy. Number 2 was, if it's not on the rack, we don't have it. And the number 1 most annoying phrase that you hear at a mall with 29% of the vote, sorry, that's not my department. Are those things annoying for you to hear?
I don't get annoyed at the mall.
I don't go to the mall.
The mall is like my haven. Nothing annoys me at the mall.
Yeah, it's kind of true. She'll be there for hours. I'll be sleeping in the car.
And I come out with nothing.
Crack
like,
the window this time.
I don't buy anything, and I'll be in there for hours and hours and hours. Just come out just happy as can be.
What happened? Did you get mugged on the way out? Where's your stuff? For centuries, art historians have been troubled by Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile. I can't say it right. According to one doctor, her cholesterol levels were probably more worrying, though. For Dr. Vito Franco from Palmero University, Mona Lisa shows clear signs of cholesterol buildup and fatty acids under the skin, much to the surprise of many people that she had probably had high cholesterol. Really? All right. Dusseldorf, Germany. A criminal mastermind had the misfortune to break into a house of a dieter late one evening. As the burglar was going through the house, he woke up a hungry dieter. As he was opening the refrigerator door, that's when the troubles really began. To discourage snacking the homeowner, he equipped the refrigerator with an alarm that went off whenever the door was opened. That alarm also seemed to discourage criminal genius as well, because by the time the homeowner made it from the bedroom to the kitchen, the burglar was gone. So somebody was trying to break into his refrigerator in the middle of the night, and his little booby trap caught him. So there you go. Time for
I
a
thought
strange
maybe
law.
that person went like crazy and was going to beat him up. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that story. I was expecting more too. Hey, strange law in Iowa: kisses may last for as much as, but no more than 5 minutes. That is interesting. You cannot kiss for more than 5 minutes in Iowa without threat of being arrested. It is against the law.
We have lived
We've
in
broken
Iowa,
the law,
and I am fairly certain we have broken.
We
that
have
law.
broken that law. Did not know it. Officers, I'd like to turn myself in. Hubba, hubba. Thanks for joining us on a Friday.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RoughToughKennels.com. Dog kennels and accessories sent to your front door wherever you live. Your dog deserves it. Learn more at RoughToughKennels.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Usually, I have a special guest at this time. And right now, I don't.
And right now, I don't.
I was supposed to, and it just, you know what? We're going to have this person next week instead, so we have it all lined up. But you know what? This is what a true professional does. The show must go on.
You work through it, baby.
Yes.
That's right. You're a professional.
No, I don't know about any of that stuff. I'm just saying this is what a true professional would do. I'm following their lead. No, I do have this. This is something that I got a couple days ago. I thought was really fascinating. With July being National Park and Recreation Month and America's largest cities investing more than $6.4 billion on parks and recreation last year alone. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
The leading personal finance website, WallaHub, conducted a study of 2015's best and worst cities for recreation.
All right.
So if you were going to just wildly guess, these are big cities, where do you think the best city is for recreation?
Big cities for recreation?
You know, they're not little tiny towns. They're bigger places. Where would you say the best city is for recreation?
Recreation, like you're talking Parks and Rec.
It says here, to highlight the benefit of public spaces and recreational activities to consumers and to the local economy, the largest 100 cities across 27 key metrics were studied. The data set ranges from parkland acreage to the number of attractions to average movie costs. So it's like fun stuff to do for parks and, you know, recreational things to do.
I would say D.C. is probably on the list somewhere because of all of the monuments and parks and stuff that they have.
You would be wrong. I don't see them on the list. Yeah, I don't see them on here.
What about Denver, Colorado?
Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. That's number 10.
Oh.
So instead of making Heidi guess, although that would certainly take up some time as well, how about we just go through the list?
That'd be a good idea.
All right, number 10 on the list of the best cities for recreation. Number 10 is Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
We've been to Denver. There's some nice stuff there.
There is a lot of nice stuff
Number
there.
9 is Reno, Nevada. I've never been to Reno.
I've not been to Reno.
I've been to Las Vegas.
Think of them as parks.
They apparently do. Number 8 is St. Louis, Missouri. Been there. That's nice.
They do have some very nice things.
They got a cool city museum, too, if you ever make it there.
Yes, they do.
Number 7 is Minneapolis, Minnesota. Been there. I've never really paid attention, but they must have nice parks.
They must.
Number 6 is Orlando, Florida. I've been there as well. They've got nice parks. There's this really big one that's run by a mouse. Also on the list, number 5, Boise City, Idaho. I've never been there, but they must have nice parks. Number 4 is Tampa, Florida. Never been there. Number 3 is Scottsdale, Arizona. Never been there. Number 2 is Omaha, Nebraska. I have been there.
Really?
And apparently they have a lot of parks. When you think about it, they do have a lot of parks, like even in the downtown area. When you're down there, they've got like what is it called? The Haymarket Park or something like that.
Huh.
So I could see that. And the number 1 on the list, which completely shocks me, Cincinnati, Ohio. So we got to go to Cincinnati sometime and see what kind of parks they have. I would like to see Cincinnati
anyway.
Yeah, I would
too. Just because of WKRP.
I want to see where they drop the turkeys. Oh, they didn't really do that? Okay. Well, now let's talk about the worst cities. These are the cities that need some help when it comes to parks and recreation.
All right.
Number 91 on the list. They did 100. We're not going to go through the whole list, but number 91, Anaheim, California.
Okay.
Now, we just got talking about where the other Disney was. Anaheim is where Disneyland is, and they apparently are one of the worst cities in the nation as far as parks and recreation. Number 92 is Garland, Texas. Oh, by the way, I've been to Anaheim. I've not been to Garland, Texas.
We have been to Anaheim, and there really wasn't a whole lot.
No, just a lot of houses, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Number 93 was Fremont, California. Never been there. Number 94 on the list of worst places for parks and recreation, North Las Vegas, Nevada. We've been there.
I would agree with
Whole
that.
lot of sand. And,
yeah.
I don't know, it's not even sand. It's just dirt, clay, whatever.
Yeah.
Number 95, Chula Vista, California. Number 96, Hialeah, Florida. Not been to these. Number 97, Laredo, Texas. Number 98, Irving, Texas. Number 99 is Newark, New Jersey. And I'm going to let you see if you can guess the worst on the list here. Number 100 out of 100 as far as big cities, and the worst for recreation.
Detroit.
No. Jersey City, New Jersey.
Oh.
So there you go. I doubt Bruce Springsteen's going to be singing about that anytime soon. I got some key stats down here as well. This one's interesting. Seattle. When you think of Seattle, synonymous with Seattle would be coffee, right? That's what you think about. And Seattle has 46 times as many coffee shops per 100,000 residents as Laredo, Texas. That is crazy. I don't know what that has to do with parks and why that's on this list.
I don't
Maybe
know
they're
either.
like, hey, here's another random thing to just throw in. All right, that's going to do it for this morning's program here. Coming up, today is a special day. We'll tell you why that is on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by carsforsale.com. If you're in the market to buy a car, truck, or van, find thousands of vehicles to choose from at carsforsale.com.
Today is a very special day, Heidi. You know what today is?
What is today, John?
Today's Friday. We could stop right there. Everybody's already happy. But it's Friday, the 10th day of July, which means it's Collector Car Appreciation Day. It's also Clarahue Day. I'm not sure what that is. Don't Step on a Bee Day. Pina Colada Day. Also, Taos Pueblo Powwow Day. Teddy Bears Picnic Day. And Wayne Chicken Day. I know what that is. In Wayne, Nebraska, they have a big celebration this weekend called Chicken Days. So have I been to that? We lived in that area. Yeah, I would say we've been to Wayne Chicken Day. So
our daughter danced at Chicken Days.
That's right. She almost fell off the stage or something, and she's had a fear of stages ever since. So there you go. Celebrate Chicken Day or Collector Car Appreciation Day. The one I'm looking at here, maybe gravitating towards Pina Colada Day. I think I might celebrate that.
Every day should be Don't Step on a Bee Day.
Yeah, it should be. But get out there and celebrate today. It is Friday, the 10th day of July.
This portion of the program is brought to you by StoneGroupArchitects.com. It's more than a building. It's design and function working together. Check out the project portfolio at StoneGroupArchitects.com.
I think this is such a cool story. I might just have to do this myself. There's a man who decided to lose weight by mowing other people's lawns. How cool is this?
Why don't you start by mowing ours?
Well, I would start there. A Minnesota man who started cutting grass to lose weight has had so many offers for work that another man decided to help out. 44-year-old Daryl Nelson placed an online ad saying, "I will mow your lawn for free in my quest to lose 50 pounds. He'd hoped to mow 5 lawns a week. Well, 4 others plus his own, but his ad got a better response.
Well, I'm sure. Can you imagine?
Offers for dates from 3 different women. He soon bumped his lawn mowing up to 6 yards and then started a backup list. He's now mowing 8 lawns, 7 days a week. Terry Bettenhauser, Nelson's customer, decided that he really didn't need his own lawn mowed, so he said, I'm going to help 2 people that Nelson couldn't fit into his schedule. By the end of the mowing season, Nelson hopes to be at 208 pounds from his high of 258. He's already lost 23 of those 50
Good for
pounds.
him.
That is such a cool idea.
That is.
To just say, you know what, I want to help out, I'm going to mow your lawn for free because I want to lose weight. So I wonder if they pay for the gas at least.
Right.
Because, I guess if it's his mission that he wants to lose weight, it'd be worth it to pay for the gas. So.
Really? I mean, you got to figure gas to mow somebody's lawn is cheaper than joining some diet program or a fitness center.
That's a cool idea. I'm going to shovel sidewalks in the summertime and I'll mow lawns in the winter. Did that make sense to you? See, that way I don't have to do either of them. Okay. Thank you so much for listening on a Friday. I do have to come up with something. We've been going for walks. I've liked that.
We kind of
We missed 2 days. So we have to go for a walk today, because if we don't go today, that means we're off the wagon and we're done. So we're going today as soon as we're done
That'd
here.
be fine with me.
And I enjoy it. We take our puppy dogs, and if I even say the word W-A-L-K out loud, they're going to come running in here. So I better be very careful. Coming up, we got an interesting story. Running from Cancer is the headline. That is on the way. Thanks for joining us on the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVRealtor.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Running from cancer. Listen to this story. Not only does exercise help you lose weight, it increases your heart health, but according to some experts now, it could cut your risk of cancer as well, Heidi. Study suggests adults who are regularly active through exercise and work are less likely to develop a range of cancers. The study followed 80,000 Japanese adults for 10 years. That's a lot of following right there. Research discovered that regularly active men and women had lower risks of developing any type of cancer. They looked at specific types of cancer, and they found that exercise was linked to lower risks of colon, liver, pancreatic, and stomach cancers. They also found the protective effort was the strongest among normal weight men and women. So another excuse to get your tush off the chair and get out there and go for that walk we were talking about.
I love that, yeah.
There we go. Oh, I said the word again. Our dogs they can hear us where they're sitting right now. They're going to come running in wanting to go for a little W-A-L-K. All right. Thank you so much for listening. On the way, the pork rind diet. Yeah. It's not even a joke. I'll tell you all about it.
This portion of the program is brought to you by GunUp.com. If you're a gun lover, you'll be in heaven at GunUp.com. Built by experienced military veterans, shooting sports competitors, and publishing professionals. They have awesome stories and articles that are read by millions of gun enthusiasts. Check it out at GunUp.com.
There are a lot of diets that are fads, right?
Yes.
They come and they go. Well, this might be the new fad. If you want a new diet, how about the pork rind diet?
What is a pork rind?
You've never seen a pork rind?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'll explain it to you here in a minute. But there's a whole new way to diet without having to eat rice or rice cakes or slim fast. Grab a bag of pork rinds and watch the pounds melt away. The idea behind the pork rind diet is cutting out carbohydrates lowers blood sugar levels, thus triggering insulin production, which burns fat for fuel. One lady says that by eating 2 bags of pork rinds a week for 2 months, she shed 17 pounds. Nutritionists are warning, however, that an all-fat diet can lead to heart and kidney disease, but that's not stopping the U.S. sales of pork rinds. They're going through the roof. The fad has helped the snack become the country's fastest-growing snack for this year.
What is a pork rind?
I believe it's pork fat that's deep fat fried. So
Yeah.
that's what it is, I believe. So would that work for you?
Probably, because I wouldn't eat them.
There you go. See, maybe that's why it works. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. You can get razors sent to your door each month for just $1, plus a couple of bucks shipping. It's an amazing deal. Log on to dollarshaveclub.com/radio to learn more. That's dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, back to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
Heidi, has being madly in love with somebody ever made you do something silly or stupid?
I don't think so.
It happens to me all the time. I'm madly in love with you, and I'm always doing dumb stuff.
You don't do dumb stuff because you're madly in love.
Well, that's why I
do
dumb
stuff. You just do dumb stuff.
But no, that's why.
You do dumb stuff.
It's because I'm in love with you. That's my reason, and I'm sticking to it. Well, there could be a scientific reason behind it, Heidi. This is interesting. A study at the University of London shows love often makes people forget facts and lose their concentration. What was I talking about again? Brain scans on volunteers showed that areas responsible for memory and concentration became less active when they were shown pictures of their loved one. So just by looking at a photo of you, I start to lose my mind.
Oh my gosh.
No,
You're
seriously.
so full of it.
No, that's what this study is saying. So what else could it be? What is your explanation for that?
I think you just do dumb things. I don't think it has anything to do with me. I sincerely doubt you were looking at a picture of me when you were trying to negotiate with that loan shark on the phone the other day. I'm like, what are you doing? Get off the phone.
I was thinking of you when he called.
You're probably thinking Heidi is going to kick my butt if I go through it.
This is probably a scam. I don't encourage other people to fall for it. I had a guy call me. He's like, hey, you guys want to borrow some money? I'm like, what? Yeah, that's what we do. We loan people money. For what? Well, whatever you want to do with money. And I was like, oh. How does the program work? And I'm talking to this guy for 45 minutes. And then I said, well, I should probably wait till my wife gets home. Can you email me the info? So now he's got my phone number and my email. And he texted me. So, yeah. I told him, I was like, I don't want to borrow any money from you. Thanks anyway. And he's like, well, we should at least fill out the paperwork and see if you guys qualify.
At least fill out the paperwork. We just need your bank account information and your routing number. And
that's all we need. Yeah. If you decide you don't want to do it,
Security number.
We'll just take whatever we can get anyway. Yeah. See, I do dumb things because I love you, Heidi.
Yeah, it's all
absolutely
my fault.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up, we've got, I don't know, something else. We'll wrap things up in a bit. Thanks for joining us on a Friday.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV. Call 1-800-259-7646. They have hundreds of channels to choose from, with many packages to fit your viewing desires. Learn more at 1-800-259-7646.
Got two stories. You pick which one. We can either talk about a dude that's in outer space for 100 days now, or a pizza place that's paying it forward.
Pizza place.
All right, we'll start there. If we got time, we'll get the other one. Pizza restaurant in Florida is encouraging people to pay it forward. The owners say the idea came when a customer did not want the drink that was included with his meal, and this is at a place called Solazzo's Late Night Pizzeria, and he instead said, can I give it to the next guy that comes in? Just give it to them. Now, that expanded to a pay it forward wall, allowing people to pay for food and then post an offer on the wall. Just take a sticky note and stick it on there that's got a meal. And then when people come in, people peel that one off, and then they put their own up, and it's a pay it forward thing.
Cool.
They've donated thousands of dollars in the 2 months that this thing very first started. So it's been going on. And if this is the same one that I saw a video like 2 weeks ago about this. If this is the same one, they have people that are like homeless and down on their luck that can come in and just take one off the wall. Cool thing. Really cool. We still have time. I'm going to share the other story.
Okay.
Scott Kelly. He's passed the 100-day mark in outer space now. He started on March 27th. His mission is to test the boundaries of long-term space travel, while Scott spends the year in space with his twin brother, Kelly, an astronaut as well, back here on Earth. The scientists will gauge the differences in their bodies throughout the 1-year period. You can check out the series of photos taken by Scott and read more about his journey online. So that's kind of cool. So they're identical twins. When they started, everything was exactly the same. They shot one dude into outer space. The other dude got to stay down here on the planet, and they're saying, let's see what kind of effect this has.
Yeah.
So, are you fascinated? You look extremely bored
so
by this.
Necessary.
All right. Well, I'm so glad I saved that one till the end. What a way to wrap up the program. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. For those of you who thought that story was cool, thank you. I appreciate that. All two of you. All right. You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Thanks for joining us on a Friday.
Time now for the bonus break. Only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
And our bonus break is brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. Those good-looking folks want to make you look as fancy and spiffy as you possibly can by shaving, and shaving the right way, shaving with their awesome razors they send out. And not only will you look better, but you're going to feel better because you save money, too. You save a decent chunk of change because you can get razors for as little as $1 a month plus $2 for shipping. So $3 a month total, and they'll send you 5 razors out every single month. How do they do that? Isn't that amazing when you just put a calculator to that? How do they, for pennies, get these things sent out to people? Mm-hmm. You're shrugging your shoulders and raising your eyebrows. That doesn't translate well to a podcast, but I appreciate the effort. If you'd like to know more, thank you, Heidi, check out dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, got a couple of fun stories here. A bandit tried to hold up a Jacksonville, Florida supermarket, Heidi. He was wearing a paper bag over his head. He had some little eye holes cut in it so he could see, but when he moved the bag, it shifted, and he couldn't see. He had to adjust the bag, and he tore it a little too much, exposing his face. That's when the checker recognized him as a very regular customer from the store. They're like, wait, you're Mike. We know you. So he's in there robbing a place, and they're like, thank you. Thank you very much for that. From Buffalo, New York, comes a story of a man who didn't let the city's recent 7-foot snowfall keep him from his appointed rounds. Larry Carl figured this might just be the time to steal something from a nice home. That's when he found he was seen walking down one of the snowy streets dragging a grandfather clock. It's not something you typically see.
Yeah, that's going to blend in.
Not surprisingly, that raised suspicion of neighbors who called the police. By the time the cops caught him, he had stolen something else to make his job a little easier. He placed the clock in a city garbage can with wheels on it. He was rolling his prize down the street. Shouldn't have done that. Now he's been charged with theft of city property as well as the theft of the clock. I'm assuming this story is a couple months old. I think their snow is gone, isn't it?
Why do people have to take other people's things?
Don't do that. Seriously, you just don't do that. I was reading that there's still a pile of snow in Boston, I believe. This is like Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that of this week. There was an article online that said that the 75-foot pile of snow was down to like 8 feet or something on the 4th of July.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this story is probably from this winter, but maybe it just got processed through the...
I have no idea. You read all sorts of stuff that's really old.
I have no clue. When you go on the internet, you don't know when this stuff happened. But I do have this for you. I'm going to try to do this every Friday. I'm going to end our bonus break with a Friday funny.
All right.
So you got to tell me if this is funny. Got a joke for you. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You used to tell jokes and you quit doing it.
Well, because you kept yelling at me because they were naughty. I'm not going to tell stupid jokes.
Well, let me do that for you.
I have a feeling that's what we're going to hear.
I kind of like this one. A man was sleeping, and his wife shook him and said, "Hey, wake up, somebody's breaking in." Now, the man had gone through this for 20 years, almost every night, over and over and over. His wife was always freaking out, thinking somebody was breaking into the house. So he got up, walked into the kitchen, and there was a person in the house. As the thief was about to run away, he said, wait, you need to come with me to meet my wife. And the thief said, What are you talking about? Meet your wife? And he said, she's been expecting you for 20 years.
That's so stupid. Oh my gosh. That is so lame.
Hey, if you've got a lame joke... I'm going to die over here.
If you have a lame joke that you'd like John to share on the podcast.
If you've got a lame joke that you'd like to share for next Friday, I'll certainly take your jokes. And you can email things in. We've never really given out a way to do that until last week. No, it was this week. We bought the domain name. Imagine this. It was available. john-amp-heidishow.com. How cool is that?
That is cool.
So for those of you who've ever listened to this program and you wondered, what do these people look like? Well, look at a photo that's from 3 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like us
We need
at all.
to get a new picture. And the guy is like, wow, Heidi's hair's grown a lot. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, the photo from the website, her hair's a lot shorter. And I saw a picture on Facebook. Her hair's a lot longer. I'm like, that's a really old photo. Yeah, I should probably get a new one. We don't have any new photos of us.
We're going to get them done.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
I think you told me this 4 months ago.
I'm working on it.
All right. So anyway, if you'd like to know more, you can contact us and send us jokes and all that fun stuff. Send your jokes to us at john-amp-heidishow.com. So us at john-amp-heidishow.com. Or just go to the website and there's a way to contact us through that as well. Your bonus break has been brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Can you hear the dogs?
Uh-huh.
Because we said WALK. They want to go. Our dogs are in here like, hey, what's all this walking I've been hearing about? So, time for us to go for a walk. We'll go. Maddie, calm down. We're going to go for a walk. Bonus break. What was I talking about? Brought to you by dollarshaveclub.com/radio. I got 2 dogs attacking me. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.